guys, this is Ben. Welcome back to I Crave Network with my review of The Northman. The Northman is the newest film from director Robert Eggers and centers around Prince Amleth, who's on the verge of becoming a man when his father is brutally murdered by his uncle, who kidnaps the boy's mother. 2 decades later, Amleth is now a Viking who's on a mission to save his mother, kill his uncle, and avenge his father. Robert Eggers is one of the most interesting filmmakers working today. His films are extremely ambitious, they are wild, they're crazy, they are very out there, and I respect him a lot because of that. He does the types of films that he wants to do, he's doing it different. Personally, I've quite enjoyed his previous movies, so I was looking forward to this one, a $90 million Viking historical epic. Yeah, bring it on. I was super excited. And first off, let me start with the things that I enjoyed about this movie, because there's quite a few things that I enjoyed. Like I said, it's a brutal and gritty and epic historical drama, the likes of which we don't really see anymore. We don't see these types of movies made that much anymore, and when they are made, they're not made on this scale, with this budget, with this level of star power behind it. So I just love that this movie exists, and I love that Robert Eggers was given the resources and given the budget to make his vision without any restraints. He was able to fully make his vision and the movie he wanted to make. This movie's also pretty historically accurate, which I found fascinating. It's not the type of Viking movie that you would necessarily expect or picture when you think of a Viking movie. That image has been shaped largely by Hollywood over time, but Robert Eggers decided to make the most historically accurate Viking movie he could. He's mentioned that he's had discussions and he talked a lot with historians, and he did his research to make sure that this was accurate to its time period, and you can tell. Alexander Skarzard is also incredible in here. He gives such a physically demanding performance, but he nails it. He understood the assignment here. He put in the work and he delivers such a captivating performance. I loved seeing him on screen. The rest of the cast here is also great. Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, among many, many others. They're all fantastic. They all do a phenomenal job. They all fully commit to this story and to this vision, and I love that. I also just appreciate that this is a movie, this is a blockbuster. With this budget, it is a blockbuster that is made by a true artist, a true visionary. I say that a lot, but a film that doesn't feel like it was factory produced, doesn't feel like it was shot on a green screen. It was very clear that there was a visionary behind the camera who had a clear vision and idea for what he wanted the story to be. This film is not reliant on visual effects or green screen. It is shot practically. It's shot on real locations, beautiful locations. It all adds into creating that atmosphere, transporting you back to that time period, immersing you into the story. So I really appreciated that about this movie as well. And I also think that there's a lot of mythology and thematic elements here that are pretty interesting and help in adding some extra added depth to an otherwise fairly straightforward narrative. Now, having said all of that, and clearly there is a lot that I quite liked about this movie, I didn't love it. I didn't love this movie. I can appreciate the craftsmanship and the filmmaking and the care that was put into making this, but it just didn't fully connect with me. I found the story here to be somewhat cold and uninviting, and I never found myself really caring about these characters or invested into this story. There's also a lot to this story to unpack just on a first viewing. There are some elements that just felt pretty odd and out of place, which is, you know, kind of expected in a Robert Eggers movie, but it just didn't land with me as much as some of those elements have in his previous movies. So overall, while I appreciate this movie, I appreciate its ambition, its spectacle, the fact that Robert Eggers was given the resources to make his vision, I just didn't connect with it. And again, it's a personal taste thing. I'm sure that if you are a fan of Robert Eggers films and you saw this trailer and you really liked it, that you will have a good time with this movie. I would definitely recommend going to see it. There's a lot to love here. There's a lot to love here, and I think this is one where my opinion could change over time. I want to give it another viewing, but on first viewing, that's just how I feel about it. I'm gonna give The Northman a solid 3 out of 5. I'm very curious to see how well this movie does. Like I said, it has like a $90 million budget, and it's a very unconventional and artistic film. So I'm curious to see how it does at the box office, how it's received from audiences. Speaking of the box office, I recently started a new series here on iCrave Network called Box Office with Ben, where I analyze the weekly box office. So make sure you come back to the channel this weekend and every weekend for that discussion. We will be talking about the Northman, and we're gonna be talking about how well it does and if it's going to be successful. Let me know what you guys thought of the Northman down in the comment section below. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know all of your thoughts down there. Subscribe to the channel and hit that like button if you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.